Steve, and today we are talking about the HOMEPOD Mini, Apple's little premium device that can sit in the home and do some smart things and play some music. Now, I'm not going to get into the sound just yet. I'm going to go through some bits first. So the feel of this speaker, it's quite weighty. It's got a bit of weight to it. However, it does have a small little thing there. Sometimes if you just knock it, it could roll. But the quality with this little mesh around it is really nice. Now, I have two of these. I have one there, I have one there. Really good little speakers. Has a nice plastic top. I say nice, it's pretty solid, really good. It has a mesh cable at the end. Now, unlike the main HOMEPOD that has a plug attached, this has a USB-C, which you can just put into a plug, or if you've got one of the new smart plugs, the multi-adapter plug with the USB plug-in, you can plug it into that and it should work. However, it does come with a plug in the box, and this mesh feeling and the weight of it, it's a pretty nice feel to it. Now, of course, I also have the HOMEPOD, which is the bigger one, the black one, and I didn't go for black because what I noticed when I touched the top, it leaves a thumbprint on the black one. Not so much with the white ones, you can't really see it. So I decided to go, because I got the main HOMEPOD, which is a really good one. I absolutely love that. Okay, it might have been a bit of a silly speaker when it came out because Siri wasn't that great at the time, but it has come on leaps and bounds and can do a hell of a lot more. So this time I went for the pair. I wanted a stereo pair. Instead of buying speakers for my iMac, I wanted the speakers so I could get the good sound quality. However, one thing that I have noticed, and I'm hoping Apple sort this out really soon, although I can sync these two speakers as a stereo pair and play that through Apple Music or from my phone, which is really cool. In the iMac itself, I can select it as a speaker, but I can only select one or the other. I can't link, even though I've linked them in the software as a stereo pair, the iMac doesn't play them as a stereo pair, it'll only play through one. However, if I go to the Apple TV, it will play the two as a stereo pair and give me Dolby Atmos surround sound, which is incredible. So I guess the big question is, why would someone spend £99 on the HOMEPOD Mini? Well, I would say if you are looking to start your first smart home, or it doesn't even have to be your first smart home, and you want to be able to use timers, you want to know what the weather, set your calendar, you can receive and make calls, send texts, as long as your iPhone is on the same network. You want to set different timers without the screen, of course, it's a bit funny, but it does it. You can set different timers to do different things. I guess this would be a really good starting entry point. However, some people may say that the £99 is a higher price when you could get the Google Home Mini at a lot less. But let me get to that. So the smart functionalities of the speaker, to me, I think Siri's come on leaps and bounds, is pretty good. Like I say, you can get the weather. Hey Siri, what's the weather today?
It's currently cloudy and 6 degrees. Expect mostly clear skies starting in the evening. Temperatures are heading down from 6 degrees to 0 tonight. So weather data is provided by the Weather Channel.
Okay. It gives you a pretty comprehensive in-depth about the weather. It'll also give you the news. It'll talk about your team. It even does things such as, hey Siri, tell me a joke.
Here's one for the kiddos. Why did Hermione end up with Ron? He was a keeper.
Hey Siri, tell me a joke.
My friend's car parts store got robbed. She tried running after them, but she just can't catch a break.
Okay, that was a pretty good one. Okay, so you can see it's got some really good functionality in the speaker. You can do all those things. For the smart home side, you need to use Apple HomeKit. There's a lot more stuff being introduced to Apple HomeKit. Of course, it doesn't have as much as Alexa or Google Home, but it's getting there. And to me, it does what I need it to do. I have smart lighting, I've got the doorbell. It does all those things if I ask it to do it. You know, if I want to make a phone call, it does that. If I want to do a text, it does everything I need it to do. One thing I do want to point out, I also have the Google Home Nest Max. I don't even know if is that the name? Is it the Nest Home Max? Is it the Nest Google Max Home? Is it the? I don't know what Google's calling their names. However, and it is a lovely device. I have the Google. Let's go with the Google Nest. Let's just go with the Nest Home Max, which is the big screen. It's really good. But what I like about Siri over that, And there was a couple of things. When I come down in the morning, I want to know about my day, my news or whatever, sometimes I have to engage Google about 3 or 4 times. I have to say the command, nothing happens. I say the command, and I can get to about 3 to 4 times before then Google wakes up and says, oh, you're asking me. Whereas with Siri, it just does it. It's just every single time without fail, hey Google, switch on and it just waits, and it waits, and it waits. And then I have to say it again. With Siri, hey Siri, switch on the office lights.
Okay, the office lights are on.
Just does it. First time, every time. Either through your mobile, whatever Siri device you've got enabled, the speakers just do it. It just works every time. Hey Siri, change the office lights to 100% brightness. Perfect. Everything's nice and bright, working. Okay, things now can get interesting. Let's say you're a bit more in the Apple ecosystem and you now have Apple Music. Now we can do even more stuff. We can play podcasts, we can play music, we can play playlists, we can put, and this is a fantastic feature that Apple have, we can do the little drop down. If we've got speakers dotted around the house, we can choose which speakers, which I'll show you here, you can play the music on. Now, I bought 2 of these HOMEPOD Mini speakers, or actually Apple gave me 2 of these HOMEPOD Mini speakers to review, and you can literally sync the 2 as a stereo pair. So it sees it as one, as I previously mentioned at the beginning. And the sound quality of those speakers is really good. Another really impressive thing is the U1 chip. So I've got my music, I'm playing it on my phone, I go towards the speaker, the phone starts to rumble, and a message pops up. It knows that it's near an external smart HomePod Siri speaker, and it says, we're going to transfer to the speaker. Are you okay? You can either just flick up and say yes, or you can go close enough and touch the speaker and it transfers across. And you want to bring that back, you can bring it back. It's a really seamless bit. I love the way that it does that. Another thing, if you're sitting indoors and you're getting ready to go to a destination that you've not been to before, you can then ask Siri to get the destination using Maps, and it will send that to your Maps, which you then plug into your Apple CarPlay, and it's all done for you. You haven't then got to sit in your car looking for the destination. It all integrates quite seamlessly. If you want to do notes or a shopping list, you can just say it and it puts it within Apple Notes. It puts it within the shopping list. That is where Apple really shines. So what they've also done, they've got this smart feature called Intercom. So if you've got speakers set around the house, we can use Intercom to display messages. Hey Siri, Intercom, tell Tristan to keep the noise down.
Okay, Intercom to everyone in my home.
So everybody on the same network will get a notification on their watch, on their phone, and my son's just at the door. So he now just got the message to keep the noise down. He wasn't even making the noise, bless him. And I've got it on my phone. It goes to everyone that's on the same network. The intercom feature is really good. Okay, so let's get to the main reason why you would buy this HomePod over the competition of the HomePod Mini, the Alexa Dot now that they have. And that is simply because of the sound quality that this tiny 3-inch speaker produces. And it is very, very good. You're not going to get what you get from the HomePod, the main HomePod, of course, and the same with the Google Max, Nest Home Max, whatever that is, and of course the studio one from Alexa. But the sound quality, and especially if you've got the stereo pair, it is incredible. For something so small, how Apple managed to do that. And I know that it has the S5 chip that analyzes 180 seconds, I think, something like that, the music that's coming out of it to produce the best room quality. I don't quite know what difference that will make. You can't change that. It's just what it does. But the sound that comes from those little speakers is just incredible. So I guess the question you've got to ask yourself, the HomePod Mini, is it worth the £99 price tag? Well, there's a different answer. I think if you are someone that is looking to have a general, just an assistant that does timers, that just does smart home stuff, then and you don't want to spend a lot of money, I guess the Google Nest Home Mini will be the best option for you. I have a couple of them dotted around. If you are looking to have a more widespread of gadgets that you want to be able to interact with through your speaker, you're not going to beat Alexa at the moment. That has just everything on there, and the things that they're doing is incredible, along with the Google. However, if you're in the Apple ecosystem, if you own an iPhone and you just want you just want to be able to switch the lights on and do certain things, which it can do quite a lot. And it gives you all the smart functionality of making calls. And some of the things as well, I think personally, like scenes, like if I'm setting a movie scene and stuff like that, I find to be a lot easier using HomeKit than I do the others. And you want that amazing sound quality that you can link to your TV, that you can link to your Mac without having to buy extra speakers, then I think it's a really good buy. I think it's a cracking little device and worth the money. So that's it. We've reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not sure if you've got anything out of this. I'm in the Apple ecosystem, as I said before, that what they do, they make very, very good products. The Siri has got a little bit of a way to go to catch up to the other two. It is a strong third. But honestly, for what I ask that speaker, and I've compared it, I also have an Alexa. I also had the Google Nest Home Max and a couple of other Googles. Do you know what? I personally, apart from if you're really in depth in this stuff, there's not much in it. There really isn't. And for the sound quality that this little thing produces and the pair together, I just think it's really good. I think it's worth the £99 price tag. I think they are, they do what they say. It just works. So thanks for watching. Take care, and I shall see you in the next one.
You won't be sometimes